Hello everyone, my name is Zuchi and today we are going to be looking not at a pro match, but a very interesting build order that I wanted to showcase. This was a master versus master game. The player names are anonymous because it was downloaded off of the Untapped website, but I just thought this was a very interesting game and I wanted to show what it has to offer. So it is a Cell versus Vanguard player. We have Cell Blue in the bottom left and Vanguard Red in the bottom right. And this is on patch 0.1.3, which just came out a few days before recording this. Let me turn down the volume on this actually, and right now, Cell is kind of in a rough spot. Celestials just had their surge train speed nerfed by from 50% to 25% bonus. And overall, lots of eco nerfs. Arc ships can no longer use Sovereign's Watch, which means that their creeping ability in the early game is a lot more limited, as you will need to have a structure near a creep camp on the ground instead of just an arc ship. Now, very standard, you know, array first opening from the Celestial is pretty much what you always want to do, because while arrays are... Array first economy is considered kind of overpowered at the moment, which, you know, rightfully so. And unfortunately, anything else first is very economically underpowered, so almost all cells you are going to see that array first gameplay. And we are seeing a barracks first right into a mech bay, which is incredibly common against Cell because Hedgehogs right now are very devastating. Let me turn that volume down a little bit more. Oh, cancels or salvages the barracks so that he can then make another habitat because he just wants to go straight into hogs, does not want to bother with lancers. Makes a lot of sense against the Cell opener. He's going to be scouting this, seeing that he has no buildings yet and is going entirely for arrays currently. Dropping the first power bank now. And still no defensive structures, but he does have a morph core on the way, which will be able to help him out against this dog. The mech bay is currently training the first hog that we're going to see. Morph core is going to come out and harass that dog away before making the first creation chamber. Again, on green energy, Celestials regenerate a lot, so like there's not going to be much this dog can do, even without the morph core. But this hog will be able to do quite a lot of damage if there's not anything out here to stop it. So it's going to be making its way over. While the first Argent begins training, second creation chamber comes down. Again, dog not able to do too much versus this healing on the building to the green energy. The first Argent comes out, starts working down that dog, and Sovereign's Watch is going to come out. Going to keep that hog pressured away. Still no units lost yet. There is not enough on the field to really secure any kills at the moment, and they're both microing their units properly. We're going to start seeing a second hog, another hog in production. Red seems to be saving up quite a lot, possibly going for an expansion after this. Probably going to see the Bob overcharge any second now on this command center before building the first expo. Oh, there they go. Maybe not overcharge, but they are going to be... Oh, yeah, there we are. All right, they're going to be building the first expo while the hogs start moving in. 3 Argents here. Are they going to be able to do much? Not without a Sovereign's Watch to help push things away a little bit longer. You really need to use Sov's Watch wisely as a Cell right now because the early game pressure from a from a Vanguard player is incredibly strong with these Hedgehogs because you cannot chase them. Gonna start attacking this array that he found, switching into anti-air mode with those hogs. The array liftoff speed has been nerfed in this patch from 1 second to 5 seconds. And he's gonna have a lot of trouble flying this away. However, the dog could give them vision to kill this array, which is exactly what's happening. The dog uses the vision active to provide vision, and that first array, or third array, is gonna go down. Really not good, but this is the thing. The Guardian Nexus was built, and now the first rollout Krees are coming out. Now, this is the interesting thing, is Kree, obviously very much seen as an underpowered unit, but versus Hedgehog, there's not much the Hogs can do if you run into the enemy base. They can kite Kree, but they can't burn them down fast enough to really help against this early worker harass. And you're going to see all these hogs coming back to try to deal with this. Another hedgehog going to spawn, and again, it can kill the Kree very slowly. The Kree can't kill the hog, and the hog can't kill the Kree, but the Kree can kill the workers and cost him a ton of mining time, which is what's happening right now. Some Argents on the way, escorting, I believe, some other Kree that... there they are. They're the other Kree. And the hogs are going to kill those Argents, but they're going to be missing these 2 more Kree that have just come in and continuing this harassment. Vanguard still has the supply advantage, but maybe not. No, probably has a mining advantage too, but we'll see how long that lasts. All right, gonna finally take care of these Kree, and again, not really gaining the advantage here from the Celestial, but what they are buying is time. They now have their Arc Station up, and they are reaching Cabal Adapt Trading, which is going to allow them to use Gravity Flux. Cabal is a unit that we have not really seen a lot of use of prior to this patch. The only buff they got was a buff to their Mind Shackle ability, which is rarely seen. But the fact that Argents now train slower, not just because of their base train speed getting increased, but by the rush, or the power surge. Oh, and here we see the Gravity Flux on the Hedgehog, lifting it up, causing it to get killed by the Sovereign's Watch. Oh, maybe not. It is actually going to make an escape. But that is just showing the versatility. Gravity Flux is often seen as an anti-air ability because it's just an amazing anti-air ability, but it still has a lot of use as a CC tool against ground units as well. It's not incredibly effective against smaller units in a big battle, but it's great at holding them off so that they can be picked off, as well as really good against bigger units. And now once again, we're going to see more Kree harass, applying more and more pressure to this line of workers. That one Kree having a little bit of a hard time, but it's okay. They're not even getting off that many worker kills total. As you can see, a lot of the workers are moved to the southern line, but they are causing a lot of stalling and distraction, and again, buying him more time. Currently still an Arc Station, but that Therium is now almost like mined out. We have more and more Cabals on the way, and we see... let's see, what is Blue up to right now? Again, more Kree rolling around. He's got the speed boost now, which is going to make it even better against harassing those workers and killing those Hedgehogs. Finally, though, got a really big force of Hedgehogs here for Red. He's up to 8 right now with a repair sentry, which is going to let them easily fend off any further attempts at Kree harass. So the Kree harass pretty much shut down at this point unless he can catch him out of position. He's going to be trying to go up here and get the speed camp, because he can now see that Blue has a speed camp, and he's going to need another speed camp of his own to keep up with Blue's faster Kree, who now have a move speed total of 6.1, being faster than a Hedgehog. Gonna be taking out these slimes very quickly with that anti-light ground attack from the Kree. Creeping on both sides, you're now up to 4 Cabals, and now we have another Arc ship on the way, as well as the Arc Fortress coming in. So this is all what I can tell that this build is pretty much all about. This Celestial is still only on 2 base, but they have applied so much worker harassment and killed so many workers with their Kree over time that they aren't that far behind economically. And if the Hedgehogs come in, they have 4 Cabal to slow and Gravity Flux the Hedgehogs while the Sovereign's Watch takes them down. That is what makes Cabal so useful defensively. It's not necessarily their ability to chase down units, because again, chasing a hog is hard. It's their ability to slow them while the Sovereign's Watch is shooting down on them. And of course, still good versus a chase. Enough Kree and Cabal, you're going to be able to really debilitate those Hedgehogs and get some picks off when normally it would be incredibly hard to do so against the fast-moving hogs. I'm not sure if Red sees these Kree moving up north, but they are going to be trying to take some vision camps in the meantime and picking off a Kree very easily. And the Kree are going to be running up to the north side, probably scouting that out a bit. But now Red has control of both vision camps. However, he does not... I don't think he sees these Kree coming around. I'm not sure if Blue scouted this with a scan and knows that these workers are here, but they're about to all die to these Kree. And you also have all these Hedgehogs coming in, potentially making an attack. But right now, Blue is in a great position to kill all of these workers. Red has nothing to deal with this. He just took a speed camp on the other side, but it is the worst thing he wants to be doing right now when all of his workers on this new expansion are dying. He's going to be running back, again, not putting pressure, because even if he did, he has all these Cabal that would be able to crowd control these Hedgehogs very, very well, and the Kree would just continue to run rampant. He has his first Vulcan out, which is going to be incredible against these Kree, immediately shooing them away. The Kree cannot take that Vulcan whatsoever, especially not with the repair turret there. Or repair sentry. He's going to be moving the Hedgehogs back, trying to secure this base again, which never got finished building. And now he's going to be sending some more Bobs out, trying to finish that up and secure his third base. Again, still only on 2 bases from the Celestial. And now we have the first Archangel out, because that Arc Fortress did finish. The Ascension Matrix is coming down. A second Archangel is now on the way. You almost never see Archangels in high-level games, because for the longest time, and even now, still, they're just a little underwhelming on the stats side of things. However, they did get a cost reduction in the last patch and an attack range boost, which, in my experience, has been very effective at making them control way better, and not increasing their raw DPS, but their effective DPS, because they are simply allowed to finish and connect their attacks way easier. And now we're finally seeing a ton of Therium mining out from this double Therium expansion. And we're trying to take the siege camp with these Hedgehogs, but he has a bunch of Argents, Cabals, and 2 Archangels. And the Hogs can try to focus down the Archangels, but the AoE damage from the meteor impacts could be devastating. Oh, we're seeing possibly an Engager. He's going to try to capture that siege camp to try to add a little bit more pressure, maybe buy him some time for Hogs to escape. But the Archangels are going to come down using their meteor on the siege unit, not on the Hedgehogs. This one Archangel possibly going to die if it does not have... It doesn't. It's 4 energy short of an Avatar. He is going to lose an Archangel there, unfortunately. But he did immediately kill that siege camp, as well as just a couple of Hedgehogs. The Archangel no longer having any energy to do anything else, but he is currently Avatar form and basically a force to be reckoned with. So he's gonna pretty much force the Hedgehogs to run away there, as he uses an easy top bar for a fast Luminite camp on this side. Archangel's gonna try to start flying home, regenerate some energy on power banks. Great use of Archangels. That's the nice thing about them. They have so much HP, it's really easy to just let them run away. Oh, and we're gonna see more gravity flux on these Hedgehogs, making them so vulnerable to these Argent Blasts. Absolutely amazing. And oh, here he comes in with a massive force of Dogs and Hogs. He's gonna be able to get quite the jump on this and possibly kill all of these Argents and Cabal with little effort, simply because he is so outnumbered here. And red is looking to be in a really good spot. Another Archangel does come out, and another Legion Hall coming down. A third Archangel on the way. So blue has just lost the majority of his army. Red is looking very, very good right now. Tons of Hogs, and as we all know, Hogs incredibly effective against Celestial. But is he going to be able to pull off a win in this case? He's got 3 bases mining versus the final third, or finally a third base showing up on a Luminite mine for blue, who has been very Therium focused this whole game so far. A little Kree going to come out, scout this army, but instantly die. You have 3 Archangels now, and the Arc Fortress, as we have seen in some games lately, with its tier 3 laser, is going to be moving in towards the base. These Archangels kind of staying in the middle, so you've got quick access to everything, but we are about to see just how devastating Archangels can be with not only the reduced cost, but these new attack speeds. And as always, this is nothing new though. The meteors absolutely devastating the worker line and flying right back up and getting straight out of there. The Hedgehogs are going to be coming over here, killing this array, bringing him down to 2 bases. So blue looking not too good right now, but he still has those Archangels at full health. The Argents here are going to be coming in, trying to take out this 3rd base, although there is a 4th starting for red. So blue not in the best place economically. Red is storing up a lot of Luminite, and while blue has a ton of Therium, he does not have the Luminite mining to keep up with the production. There's not a lot that he can really do with it. He only has 5 prisms and 2 arrays, and that is it. The Therium is still being mined out incredibly fast. He is now up to 4 Archangels, 5 Archangels, and you see this red army is going to come up and kill all of these Argents, take them out very, very easily. and they are not going to be able to probably kill hardly any workers at all. The Archangels are going to be hovering over here, watching for any potential drops from that end. Not that they probably want to be dropping Hogs of all things, but Hornets also very much a threat to Celestial economy. So he wants to avoid that. But now he's coming in now with the Arc Fortress, crushing down that mineral line once again, and going straight for the Central Command. These Argents, or these Archangels just hit so hard against the Central Command. That is 120 damage a hit. The armor means nothing. And just instantly the HQ goes down. And now the Argents, or the Archangels are still full health, having taken almost no damage. They destroy Hornets in only 2 hits right now. And that increased attack speed is really going to help try to punish any Hornets that are attempting to make an attack. You can see the Arc Fortress does have that tier 3 laser, but it never needed to use it. It made the proxy power banks to give it more energy to use that laser, but it just was not needed. Now we have 3 Archangels here, able to kill the sky mines that they're trying to put down, and you just constantly, the mobility of these Archangels, these massive ground units dealing 120 damage a hit that can just so easily lift up and fly away. We're once again just seeing how strong they can be. They are going to take a lot of damage from these Hedgehogs though, possibly lose an Archangel here, maybe 2. 1 goes down, and red, oh, I completely missed that blue at some point. Oh, there's more Archangels! I completely missed this! More Archangel drops on the all bases. I was wondering where the other Archangels were. The split Archangel push absolutely destroying him because Archangels are so tough you can't fend them off with just a couple of units. So he's forcing him to try to frantically move around his army. But without Exos, there's just nothing that can conveniently take care of Archangels. The Hogs do have to be microed at that time to be put into anti-air mode to attack the Archangels flying away, but that is also going to leave them immobile for a time, making it very hard to try to cover 2 bases at the same time. Now we are back up to 5 Archangels. Is that 6? No, 5 Archangels in the main and a lot of Argents. Blue is going to move out again, only on 2 bases, mining for the vast majority of this game. But those Archangels that he was able to build by just turtling up and teching up were able to take out 2 of Red's bases and the Central Command. So Red's economy is just very much hindered right now, unable to build any high-tier units or high-tech units because of the loss of Central Command. Archangels become slamming down, tons of AoE damage, killing the Hogs and Dogs alike. The Vulcan goes down as well. These things are doing so much damage, and another Archangel meteoring down. The splash damage from the Avatar mode, it seems, is also doing a little bit, but most of these avatars are, or most of these Archangels aren't even in Avatar mode. They're just using their basic attack, and that 120 damage just hits so hard. Just marching straight into this base. He does not have what it takes to kill these Archangels, and that is going to be GG from Red. So, yeah. Very interesting build order, I think, from Celestial. Again, won this game without hardly spending any time mining a 3rd base. He built 2 arrays on this mine. Both of them were killed. I can't see exactly how much in the replay client, how much Luminite this mine has left, but I would assume it's quite a lot. But yeah, these Hedgehogs, so incredibly strong in the early game, but unable to really push in against Sovereign's Watch when there's Cabals in the way, and unable to really burn down Kree fast enough when they try to punish the economy. And then finally, these Archangels coming through. The Hogs are very strong against the Archangels, generally, but the Archangels being able to smash down and deal a ton of area damage to these Hogs instantly is just making it so easy for them to pick them off. And with the Argents pushing back behind to reinforce the Archangels, Red was just not able to deal with this army at all. Really needed some Exos to probably just help out a little bit with the Archangels, because they are a cheaper alternative to the Hogs, and that the micro ability of Exos making them very good at picking off specific units. Once the Hogs use up all of their missiles in the original, or the initial 5 seconds of the fight, the DPS of Hedgehogs versus heavy units gets reduced drastically, making them really bad at these sustained fights, which are very easy to have as a Celestial player when you have the Avatar ability with the Archangel, and these things go up to 1,150 HP each. And yeah, hogs do technically counter archangels, but when you are looking at a sustained fight with 5 archangels instead of just 1 or 2, they don't have the rockets at the start to pick off enough of those archangels fast enough. And yeah, they were able to run away. The hogs were able to run away because they move way faster than an archangel, but when you apply that pressure into the opponent's base, then running away means losing your workers and your buildings, which is exactly what happened here. So yeah, very, very interesting play, I think, from Blue. I really would love to see this strategy and build order utilized more against Vanguard in this patch, where early Hog is currently dominating Van versus Cell at the moment. And yeah, I feel like this build is kind of unknown at the time. There's this tier 2 tech turtling up. I have seen people talking about in the Discord, but I still do not really see it used. And I wanted to make this video to showcase how powerful it can be against a pretty fast and rapidly expanding Vanguard player. Maybe not rapidly expanding, but we were looking at 4 base versus 2 despite all the worker deaths that were happening. So he tried to stay on top of his macro, but in the end, it just wasn't enough. Anyway, thank you for watching. I want to do more of these build order replays in the future. Maybe not pro games, but just showcasing very, very interesting build orders. They will be anonymous because that is kind of how the replays show up when they are downloaded off of Untapped, but Untapped has so many replays just like this that you can try to find of so many different build orders, so many different matchups, so many different players. So yeah, thank you for watching, and follow the channel if you want to see some more Stormgate content. I will be having just kind of some general streaming content on here too, on this side channel. My main channel at Zuchi Radio is gonna still be for my music only. I do not plan on posting any like stream or Stormgate content there. But if you want to listen to some chill tracks, you can listen there too. But for now, I understand that I think a lot of you would like to see some more Stormgate casts with these weird build orders. So that's what I'm gonna be focusing on for a bit. And yeah, have a great rest of your day.